and gentlemen, welcome back to our fourth panel discussion. My name is Renee, and I'll be serving as your moderator for today. So today our topic is about how to maintain a healthy workplace relationship. The reason why it's important to maintain a healthy workplace relationship is because that we need to spend a lot of time with our co-workers. So therefore, if we can establishing and maintaining a positive interpersonal workplace relationship, then it can not only help us to create a more enjoyable working environment, but also provide benefits to our future career lives. So you will be hearing from 4 speakers today, and they are Jean, Chris, Joyce, and Jiro. So let's begin with our first speaker, Jean.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jean, and from Goodbye. And today my topic is the intern, a film that office workers must watch. The intern, we can learn a lot about the workplace from this film, and like how to keep a good relationship in the workplace, or how to be an excellent supervisor. And this movie describes a young female entrepreneur, also a CEO, Joe Austin, met a plane called the Intern, and she found Ben Wechter to be her assistant intern. And Ben had worked in the phone book company for a long time, and he retired as a vice president in the end. After the death of his wife and elderly, he still wanted to pursue the growth and the human coupling relationships. That was why he actively involved in workplace again. Although Ben is just an intern in the company, we can still learn the points below about the upward management and how to deal with the relationship of the workplace from Ben. And first one, knowing more about your supervisor. Jules had asked Ben why he could always say right words and do right thing at the right moment. Ben answered, "You are never wrong to do right things." All this started from knowing your supervisor. When Ben entering the company, he observed carefully, and including which style of schedule ranged by Jules was. And meanwhile, he asked the secretary politely about the things needed to care about when talking to Jules. Also, during the time getting along with Jules, Ben posed questions. And second one, dealing with problems actively. Ben found that Jules had that messy desk in the office, but no one cleaned up. Without handed over by the others, he got to work earlier to clean the desk. And third one, being a responsible person. Ben would not get off work until Jules did. On one hand, he wanted to see if supervisor needed any help. On the other hand, he would have more chances to communicate with Jules. And next, maintaining a low profile when you got promoted. Ben got promoted to assist the secretary, Becky, but he was modest and meant well to Becky and reminded Jules to praise Becky. And the last one, helping colleagues. Ben got along well with his colleagues. He not only helped the secretary with a lot of agenda, but also was the mentor of his colleagues. And we also can learn how to be a great supervisor from Jules. And first one, being and understanding the first line. Every day, Jules had a lot of public affairs and meetings, which even couldn't be done in one day. But she still spared her time to listen to a phone call of the customers in person and to know the situation of the first line. Second one, working diligently and teaching passionately. After receiving the product from her company, Jules found that the pack was not ideal. Therefore, she went to the factory and told the workers how to package the product in person. However, instead of scolding them, she demonstrated it with her whole heart. And she also told her employees that you have to imagine that this is the gift that is given to you. Put yourself in others' shoes and give a product that will make your customer moving. And next one, awarding immediately and sharing the good news with others. In the company, if there was any good news or something that deserved an encouragement, Jules will knock the bell and share with others, employees, and praise them. And the last one, admitting the faults bravely. Originally, Jules asked to transfer Ben to another job because she thought he couldn't do anything and can help her at all. However, she found that she did wrong and apologized to Ben. Then begged Ben to come back and help her again. And Ben not only lived in and learned about, but also managed consulted questions, helped others. And he knew what the role he acted and what to do. So he became the co-worker and the employees that everyone loved. And Jules concentrated on work, told the employee passionately, and stood on the first line to understand customers' needs. And she was brave to admit her mistakes. People love and want to be this kind of good employee and good supervisor. So maybe before you entering the workplace, you should watch this movie first, and you will gain a lot of valuable experience from this movie. And thank you.
So thank you again. That was from Jean. And let's welcome to our next presenter. Also Chris. Okay. So Chris, please go ahead.
Okay, and good morning, everyone. I'm Chris from Group 6. And today I will introduce Dale Carnegie, how to have good relationship in the work. And Dale Carnegie was a famous American writer and lecturer in the United States. And he is also a developer of famous courses in self-improvement and salesmanship, corporate training and public speaking, and also interpersonal skills. And he had many notable works such as How to Win Friends and Influence People, a bestseller that remains popular today, also How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. And a few months ago, I read his book, How to Enjoy Your Life and Job. And in this book, Carnegie mentioned how to keep good relationship in the work. And today in my presentation, I will introduce 4 points that he proposed. Okay, and the first one is taking action actively. It means that you should actively help your colleagues and actively do the job. And let me share with you a story. Alan was a secretary in a big company. And one day a director walked into the office and asked a question about whether other employees have seen the letter that was typed in the morning. But it was the time to have lunch, and also no one knew where the letter was, so no one answered this question. But suddenly Alan replied, although I didn't know where the letter was, I can help you find it. And I will send the letter to you as soon as possible. And after tomorrow morning, Alan sent the letter to the directors. But this is not the end of the story. And after a few weeks, she got promoted. This story tells me that taking action actively sometimes can give others good impression. And the next one is work in the group and team. In your career life or job, you will have a lot of opportunities to work in the group and team. Learning how to work in the group and team will be important. For example, in your group, you will have members such as your subordinates, colleagues, or supervisors. But the way you interact with or communicate with your colleagues, supervisors, or your subordinates will be different. For instance, to your supervisors, you will use humble ways to communicate or interact with your supervisor. And the second one is be inclusive. It means that you should bring everyone into discussion, decision making, and activities, and give everyone a chance to share their opinions. And also, give serious consideration to what they are saying. And the third one is take turns. It means that don't be the leader all the time, and also don't be the followers all the time. Don't talk too much, listen to others, and don't just listen to others, also share your own opinions. And the third one is compliment. Everyone likes to be complimented, no matter you are male or female. But when you make compliments, you should be aware of something, because sometimes compliments will become flattery. So the first, when you make compliments, you should find something you genuinely like about the person. It is easy to pick the first things you notice about the person and compliment it. For example, you could say, I like your shirt or nice hair, to just about anyone. But a good compliment goes deeper. Take a moment and think what you really admire about the people before you say anything. And your compliments will be appreciated if it is clear you really mean what you say. And the second one is say something that is not obvious. Another good tactic when it comes to saying when it comes to giving genuine compliments is to pick out things that most people wouldn't notice, and something that will show you really paying attention to the person. Non-obvious compliments are the kind that people remember and cherish for the rest of their lives. For example, you could tell a guy you have got a crush unless you admire the kindness he shows everyone he talks to, even little kids. Maybe he used to getting compliments on his muscular physique, so your compliments will really stand out. And the last one is grit. Grit is a tiny behavior, but we always ignore it. And in fact, gritting means you are willing to open your mind and want to establish good relationships with people. And it can help you win others people's favorable impression. I remember one time I was praying to buy the train tickets, and I found the ticketing clerk was not unwilling to help one man's question at the ID card and said, "You are Mr. Chen, right? I really appreciate your help. Thank you." But suddenly, the ticketing clerk smiled to the man, and he changed his attitude, and he became more willing to answer the next person's questions. And greeting is one of the most powerful ways to influence people, but we always ignore it. And having good relationship in the workplace is not difficult. We just need to put some efforts and time. We can also have good relationship in the work. Thank you.
So thank you again. That was from Chris. Let's proceed to our third speaker, Joyce.
Hello, I'm Joyce. I'm from Group 7, and today I will talk about Bill Gates' superlative rules. I know everyone has known who is Bill Gates. He is one of the most successful American businessmen in the world. And I will make a brief introduction of Bill Gates. Bill Gates is his nickname. His real name is William Henry Gates III, and he was born on October 28th in 1955. And in 1975, he and Paul Allen co-founded Microsoft, which became one of the largest personal computer companies in the world. And next, today I will focus on how does Bill Gates build good interpersonal relationships in his workplace. When we contact with people, we may meet two kinds of people. One is that we can get along with them easy, and the other is that we have difficulty in getting along with them. And there are three ways to help us to build good interpersonal relationships in our workplace. First, adapt yourself to others' activity. Bill Gates thinks many people may give up in doing this effort because they seldom accommodate them with other people, and they always criticize others' faults. Hence, in the company, he emphasized that his employees should work together and with each other because it is vital for a company to survive in the competitive business world. And then, how to achieve this goal? First, we should know others' characteristics. We should know is the person patient or impatient, curious or unconcerned. There are a lot of characteristics in the picture. And besides, don't over-speculate others from their words, attitude, or the facial expression. Like this cat. The cat was born in the depressed phase. It is native phase, so you can know how the cat feels just through tell from his face. And the next is avoid hurting others. Bill Gates thinks people associate with others, and we should respect others and don't be impolite. A good interpersonal relationship is based on harmony, and we should reduce the hurt as possible as we can. And he thinks that before criticizing, we should correct our mistakes and always think of others first. And he also said we should use the word suggest rather than comment, because the word comment will hurt others' self-esteem easily. And the third is learn how to tolerate others. Being a person with a tolerant mind is and open your mind to take in different perspectives. We should focus on others' advantage, not focus too much on the disadvantage, and show our passion to help people. and we will attract the people who like to get along with us. This is way to expand our interpersonal relationship. This is my summary. Take care of your people. Bill Gates said great organizations demand a high level of commitment by the people involved. He set an example of taking care of his employee. He provided a private office for the developer, and he created a workplace of empowerment, engagement, and passion. He also said our success has really been based on the partnership from the very beginning. Hence, having a good interpersonal relationship and build it up early is very important, and it will be very helpful for us to enter the workplace in the future. Thank you. This is my presentation.
Thank you. So again, that was from Joyce. And let's welcome to our fourth speaker, Jill.
Hi, I'm Jill. Today our topic is say no to workplace bullying. And we all heard of bullying, but what is workplace bullying? Workplace bullying is defined as repeated and unreasonable behavior directed towards a worker or a group of workers that creates a risk to health and safety. But not all the behavior that makes a person upset or undervalued at work is classified as workplace bullying. Examples of behavior, whether intentional or unintentional, that may be considered to be workplace bullying if they are repeated, unreasonable, and create risk to health and safety include, but which are not limited to abusive, insulting, or offensive language or comments, and unjustified criticism or complaint. Deliberately excluding someone from workplace activities and withholding information that is vital for effective work performance, and setting unreasonable timelines or constantly changing deadlines, and setting tasks that are unreasonably below or beyond a person's skill level, and denying access to information, supervision, consultation, or resources to the detriment of the worker, and spreading misinformation or malicious rumors, and that's changing work arrangements such as rosters and leave, and to deliberately inconvenience a particular worker or workers. And then I'll tell you how can workplace bullying occur. Workplace bullying can be carried out in a variety of ways, including in person and through email, text message, internet chat rooms, instant messaging, and even social media channel. And in some cases, workplace bullying may escalate beyond the workplace and normal working hours. And the workplace bullying can be directed at a single person or a group of workers, and be carried out by one or more workers. And it can also be directed at or perpetrated by other people at the workplace, such as clients, patients, students, customers, or even a member of the public. And you may ask me, when you encounter or witnesses a case of workplace bullying, what can you do and what cannot do? And what do you have to do? If you feel that you're being bullied, discriminated against, victimized, subjected to any form of harassment, what do you have to do? First, you have to firmly tell the person that his or her behavior is not acceptable, and ask them to stop. You can ask a supervisor or union member to be with you when you approach the person. And then keep a factual journal or diary of daily events. What you have to record is the date, time, and what happened in as much detail as possible, and the names of witnesses, and the outcome of the event. But remember, it's not just the character of the incident, but the number, frequency, and especially the pattern that can reveal the bullying harassment. And then you have to keep copies of any letters, memos, emails, faxes which were received from the person. And last, you have to report the harassment. You have to report the harassment to the person identified in your workplace policy and your supervisor or a delegated manager. And if your concerns are minimized, proceed to the next level of the management. And what you cannot do is do not retaliate. And you may end up looking like the perpetrator and will most certainly cause confusion for those responsible for evaluating and responding to the situation. And now I'll show you a video which is about workplace bullying and make you understand it clear. Yeah.
National survey, 35% of American adults reported that they have experienced bullying behaviors at work, and another 15% said they have witnessed others being bullied. Workplace bullying can have serious repercussions for the employees and the organization alike. Severely bullied workers may suffer a variety of health consequences, including depression and anxiety disorders. Bullying can also diminish productivity and morale and lead to higher absenteeism and turnover. It can even increase employee benefit costs and the risk of legal action. On occasion, resulting bad publicity can tarnish the organization's reputation. Workplace bullying may be direct, such as repeated yelling and verbal humiliation, hostile glares, or silence and deliberate exclusion. Or it may be more indirect, such as behind-the-back sabotage, spreading damaging rumors, or imposing unreasonable work demands designed to make the target fail. Supervisors are the most frequent aggressors, followed by peers. In instances of mobbing, employees gang up to bully a coworker. Prevention is key for any organization. It starts with leaders who encourage mutual respect in the workplace and send a message that bullying and similar behaviors will not be tolerated. Organizations should educate their employees about workplace bullying and create a policy and procedures for addressing reports of bullying fairly and promptly. Consultation with legal counsel may also be advisable to ensure that liability concerns are adequately addressed. By promoting a psychologically healthy workplace and taking steps to prevent and address negative workplace behaviors, employers can create a work environment where employees and the organization thrive.
And in Taiwan, we don't have compulsorily law can restrict the workplace bullying. So I think that our government maybe they should pay more attention to this part. And this is my presentation. Thank you.
So thank you again from all our four speakers providing examples about how to maintain a healthy workplace relationship. The examples are Jean, she talks about the Modi, the intern, and Chris about the carnage, Joyce about the tailgate, and last one, Jill, she tell us how to avoid workplace bullying. So now it's our time for our Q&A. Please feel free to ask questions to all of our speakers. Yes.
points I mentioned, greet and compliment is the most common points that I will use, because in my school life I always have interaction with our classmates or teachers. Sometimes and I always greet with my classmates and my teachers when I meet them. I will give them a smile or say hello to them. Yeah.
I think the third one, tolerate and learn how to tolerate others. Because we always make mistakes and we may hurt others. And others may hurt us also. So we should learn how to accept others' opinion or try to understand others' emotions or what they want to say. It's very important. So I think learn how to tolerate others is very important one. Thank you.
I think that there are so many beauties in DevOps, so maybe when we enter the workplace, we will be people will be jealous of our beauty. Yeah. That's all.
Okay, so thank you again for our. Oh, sorry. Yes, please.
Let me ask the four panelists. You are going to have your internship soon, right? And how do you relate what you talk about today into your intern? I want to ask Jin first.
I think
You can briefly talk about your intern type and then how you want to more specific.
I will go to Lanyu.
Amber?
Yes, Miss Amber, to working holiday. Yeah. And I think observation is the most important for me because in my daily life I like to observe people around me or things around me or happen around me. Yeah, and like in a film, the when Ben entered in the company, he observed everyone carefully, and one day he found that Joe's driver was drinking alcohol before driving the car for Joe's, and he replaced the driver's position, and he got more chance to communicate with Joe's and let Joe's understood and admired him more. And so I think observing things or people around you, you will get you will understand things more. I think observation is important. Yes.
as I just said. So thank you again for our 4 speakers and listeners for joining us today. And I hope you all enjoyed.
I also have several questions for the panelists. First one will be, can we get back to Jim's PPT for the low profile and get promoted? Because Jim mentioned about we have to keep low profile when we get promoted. Do you remember this plan? The 7th slide? Yes. Why do we have to maintain a low profile when we get promoted? Because we would like to celebrate.
Yes, but我可以用中文说吗？不好意思，因为就是像 Ben， 就是他就是已经退休了之后，然后他就是已经在他生命中算是在后面的阶段，可是他是试着去尝试做很多事情，可是他后来就是还是努力去争取这个机会去当那个某间公司的实习生。可他之前是那个上一间公司的副总裁，可是他却从实习生开始做起，他的小事情都做起，他从零开始，然后后来就是得到那个主管 Jules 的赏识，那他也是升职的去帮忙那个 Jules 的秘书做事情这样，然后可是他却不会就是到处张扬，虽然这是值得很开心的事，可是他不会到处张扬说哦我升职了什么什么的，然后就去看第一是比他那个职位还小的人，然后反而他会就是再去那个帮助那个他那个秘书，因为那个秘书其实做了很多事情，可是却没有得到就什么赏识，因为就是那时候他觉得很难过，可是他却那个 Ben 却是去跟那个就是说哦你真的做得很好什么的，我还比不上你什么的，对，然后他还去提醒就是说应该要去赞赏一下那个他的秘书，因为他的秘书真的帮他做了很多事情这样，所以我觉得说如果他升职了是值得很可以庆祝的事情，可是如果太招摇的话，反而会让人讨厌。
Okay, so how about next slide? You mentioned about helping colleagues, and just to my surprise, because in Taiwan we just emphasize on competition, then how can we help our colleagues? Why do we have to help our colleagues? Because we emphasize competition so much, right?
Yes,
Why?
but 但是就是自己的事情，如果你们一个团队的话，你自己分内事情做完，可是别人却还有一些问题或什么的，你可以主动去帮忙，然后让你的团队就是更能精进之类的，然后就是你帮助他人，帮助你的同事，你的同事也会在你之后遇到困难的时候也可以帮助你，这样他也会比较愿意帮助你。
所以我们每个人都要想想看啊 ，in addition to competition， 为什么利人才会利己？为什么利人才会利己 ，right？ Okay， 然后I think it's almost the last one. The meeting votes immediately, right? Okay, this one. Okay， 你们会这么做吗？How about you？ 你们会这么做吗？你们真的会承认错误吗？会吗？还是死鸭子嘴硬？我就是没有错，都是别人的错。我觉得这要很勇敢呢，来，这样非常勇敢啊！好，那接下来是 Chris。Chris，when you say compliment， 我会觉得好像有点虚伪，然后每次都给人家一个 compliment， 明明它就不是 beauty， 你还是说它是一个 beauty， 来。
the good compliment goes deeper. You need to find you really like the person.
So we have to observe others.
Yeah. Good compliments goes deeper. It's not flattery. You need to think or take a moment to think about what you really admire about people before you say anything.
So we have to say something that is unnoticed, right?
Yeah.
Unnoticed.
Yeah.
哦 ，OK。所以不是表面虚伪这么讲而已，对不对 ？OK。So I like your term. Don't be a leader all the time, and don't be a follower all the time, because all of us have to take turns in a team, right?
Yeah.
So I like you're saying about this. And then Joyce, Joyce said about adapt yourself to others actively, right? Can you find the slide? Okay. 好，请问你交正则的朋友是不是都要 compromise yourself or adapt yourself to others？ 不管你交哪一个朋友，你觉得需不需要？不管你交哪个朋友，你都要 adapt yourself or compromise something。
我觉得就尽自己所能去，尽量去那个。
所以我们班上的同学，你们知道有的人不喜欢交朋友吗 ？They don't like to make friends。你们知道为什么吗？他们只喜欢玩手机而已，他们不想交朋友。因为每交一个朋友，你都要 adapt yourself or compromise yourself。如果 if you don't like to compromise or adapt yourself， 那你就不能交朋友，对不对？是不是这样？
可是比尔盖茨有提到说，就算那个人不是你喜欢的人，你要试着去跟他交流，试着做交流。不然在公司的话，就那个什么工作就很难顺利进行下去。
Yeah. 那个最后一个 panelist 是you talk about bullying, right? So have you looked up the information about sexual harassment or any kind of bullying?
You mean what I encountered?
Yeah. Have you encountered any sexual harassment or any kind of bullying?
I think that when I was a junior high school student, me and my friends have bullied some of my classmates before. Because at that time we didn't know that it caused bully because our school didn't teach us some concept of bullying. But when I was senior high school student, my school has told me the concept of bullying. Then now I think that when last year we have a class reunion and we talk about this event before, then we all regret and we all think that we have to apologize to the classmates. Maybe because of us, then he or she will disappointed to everything that he have made, and maybe we should all apologize to him and give him or her the original life she should have. Yes.
那这样我很欣赏你 ，because you apologize and try not to make other hurts to this person, right? 我觉得非常好，很勇敢，才有办法这样承认自己的错误，然后 correct yourself， 这个是非常勇敢。好，好，
So thank you for all the questions. If you have further concerns or other questions, you may feel free to reach to our four speakers after our today's panel discussion. Thank you.